What are you about to do?
No.
No what?
No.
No what?
No paparazzi.
We bought a house.
Welcome to the vlog. I'm Chris, and this is Danielle. As we've started our journey through the great wide world of homeownership, we've realized that we have no clue what we're doing. We're just two people who are trying to figure this thing out, and we want to help you do the same. We are taking our first trip to Lowe's as homeowners together. I've already come here several times myself to try and figure out getting a washing machine. But here we are at our local Lowe's, a married couple, a family, if you will.
You're gonna get your video privileges revoked.
But we are about to paint our cabinets, and so we need supplies. All things that we don't have. So here we go. Before Danielle and I closed on our house, we knew that the first thing that we wanted to do was to paint the cabinets. The cabinets were pretty plain. It was a dark wood. It was nice. It just didn't really do it for us. So we did some research. We were convinced that this was going to be like a weekend, maybe a week long project. We were misled. We took off the doors, we removed the drawers, we even popped out the bread box that was in the corner of the kitchen. And everything was going pretty smoothly, and we were just chugging along. Then came the prep work. If you ever want to paint your cabinets, you've got to clean them. You've got to clean them well. So we got this cleaning solution, diluted it with some water, got some sponges, and just went to town on these cabinets. And as far as prep work goes, that was like the high point. Cleaning. It was just all downhill from there. The entire world will tell you that deglosser is like a sander, but it's liquid. And that is just lies. We used the deglosser, we did it twice, and it had done jack squat. It didn't do a single thing to these cabinets. They looked the exact same. And so we went to sanding. We got the detail sander out, we went to town them again, and just slowly moved from cabinet to cabinet, from door to door, drawer to drawer, until we were done. And then we had to prime. And before I talk about priming, let me just say this. Sanding is hard, but it is vital. To paint your cabinets well, you have to sand. So don't skip this. My understanding of priming is that it's kind of like a distant cousin of like a protective top coat. If the top coat protects from like scratches and dents and marks that come from the outside world, primer is kind of the thing that protects from damage that comes from the inside. Primer sort of protects from any oil that would seep through from the wood and ruin your paint, prime your cabinets. So at this point, we've done 2 coats of primer and we're about a week into the project. Not a drop of paint has been poured. Remember, we thought this was going to be like a weekend thing. And here we are, not even painted anything yet. But finally, it is time. So hardware. For the hardware, we went with kind of a matte black finish on everything. We opted for exposed hinges as opposed to hinges that sort of hide inside the cabinet. And then we went with 2 different kinds of pulls. And a little pro tip here, we got our hinges from Lowe's. If you do that, pay attention to the screws that they give you. But they give you 2 types of screws, at least for the hinges that we got. And they're different lengths, different looks. Please pay attention to your screws. When I figured that out, I just set aside all the longer ones and put them in a cup for safekeeping. All right. It is Friday. We started this project of painting the cabinets 2 Thursdays ago, I think. Maybe 2 Wednesdays ago. I honestly can't remember at this point. And it is almost done. All we have left is to get the doors in. So this is what it looks like right now. It is coming together nicely. It has been a lot of hard work. We're almost there. I just have to drill in the holes for the hinges. And then we'll be done. And this is the finished product.
Alright, Danielle, now that we have it done, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are it looks really great and I don't recommend. I don't know the price difference, but if you can pay for your own, maybe do it. But what an accomplishment.
What an accomplishment.
So at this point you might be wondering, was it worth it? I know Danielle already shared her 2 cents, but I think yes, but I have some caveats. It is a simple task. All you have to do is take them off, clean, sand, prime, paint. Very simple steps, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. If I were to do the whole process again, I'd do a few things differently. I would take the frames completely off the walls, set up a room completely, lined with plastic, and I would spray them. I just feel like it would lend itself to a better experience. I think it would go the extra mile to really set these cabinets over the edge. They look great already. They would look pristine if we'd sprayed them. This one's kind of minute, but I would definitely recommend spending the extra money on dedicated screws from the hardware store. The screws that came with the hinges we got from Lowe's, some of them stripped to the point where I couldn't even use them, so I had to get replacements from the hardware store, and they worked like a charm. I feel like they were just better quality, more rugged, and I feel like they did the job really well. I couldn't recommend getting dedicated screws anymore. Another thing is find something to elevate your doors on as they dry. We did not think about this, and we just plopped the doors right on our plastic film that we put on the ground, and it was such a bad decision. The paint would just drip down and dry the cabinets onto this plastic film. So definitely figure out something that you can sort of plop them on, and that'll make a huge difference. And the last thing I think I would recommend is to work your way through your sandpaper grits. What I mean by that is start with a low grit number, like 60, and basically just destroy the cabinet. We started out and just went the whole time with like a 240 grit, and we had to change our sandpaper so often. It was hard to get through the layer of varnish or whatever was on the top of these cabinets. As you start with those lower grits, just remember, it's gonna feel like you're destroying your cabinets, kind of because you are, but that is what the finer grits are for, to finish those, to smooth it out. And it's gonna, I think, save you a lot of effort if you start with more coarse grits and you work your way through the progression. So that is how to and how not to paint your cabinets. If you felt like this video was helpful, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell icon so you can get notified, because more videos will be coming, because we're just 2 people who are trying to figure this thing out. We want to help you do the same. Peace.